And we are back. Hey, y'all. Hey, it's your girl, Shay Baby. It's the Brown Book Series broadcasting live from the Chicago Spring Fling 2022. Man, we have talked to so many wonderful authors, and of course, we know we had to add a few more to the list. So right now, we are talking to Miss Golden Heart finalist Isabella Drake. Isabella, what's up, girl?
Thanks for having me.
Thanks you for being here. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate it too.
So, are you involved in the conference, or are you on any panels, or are you just doing the book signing, or girl, are you speaking to anybody while you're here?
I am talking to a couple people, and I'll be at the signing tomorrow. And this time, I'm mostly just networking, hanging out, going to some stuff, and
Doing your thing.
doing the thing. First time out in a while, so for obvious reasons.
Yeah, definitely that.
Yeah.
Now, tell everybody, a little bit about yourself.
I've been writing romance for about 20 years. So
Damn. That's a
so
long time.
So I've done pretty much all the genres. I was with Alora's Cave for a while, so I did a lot of super steamy erotic stuff. And I have erotic horror. I have a little bit of young adult and some women's fiction. And my most recent romance was Hallmark Christmas in Reverse, where a small town girl goes to the city and gets a city guy and accepts like a big stressful job. So it's just the opposite. She leaves behind the flannel shirt guy and goes to New York.
She was like, I am going to get my dreams. I am going to fame. I don't give a damn.
Yep, she leaves the small town behind.
And I was saying, yeah, that is the reverse, because normally, everybody goes to the small town. I love small town romance too. But the big city ones too, because, it's that whole, 50 Shades of Grey type. You go to the big corporation. And
yeah, well, there's definitely a happy ending. There's Christmas cookies, there's kids, there's ice skating. There's all the usual stuff. I just flipped it.
And just in New York. I absolutely love that. That's what's up. So tell us a little bit about you. What is it in the day in the life of Miss Isabella Drake? I love your name.
Oh, thank you. I start off as my other self, Melissa Ford Lucken. So she gets the first part of the day. I teach composition and creative writing. So that's super fun, because after an event like this, I go to work, and the students are not as excited as people are to be here. So we talk about thesis statements and MLA and signal phrases. It's a real fun time, and I actually like it a lot. So I do my that stuff first, and then I come home and do the emails, and then so I do most of my creative writing at night and during the summer.
Okay.
So I have kind of two identities. So sometimes at work, people will ask me about Isabel Drake stuff, and it takes me a minute to remember who's that.
Why do you ask me about that girl?
Yeah, she's nothing. Yeah.
No, she is something. I totally understand that. So okay.
At work though, she's not.
Yeah, at work, no, we need the paycheck to go to this lady over here.
Yeah.
So I totally understand. I get that. So are you indie author? Are you published author? Are you hybrid?
I guess I'm hybrid. I have a couple things that I self-published after I was, like I said, I was with Alora's Cave, and some of those books kind of got orphaned, and so I did self-publish those. And so I have a couple of other things that are with Totally Bound and Totally Entwined and Riverdale Ave Books. So that's who I'm working with right now.
Okay.
Small presses.
So what do you prefer? Do you prefer a small press, or do you like the...
I do like small presses because I feel like I get to know everybody, and it's, for me, it gives me a little more freedom with my topic areas. See, she sneaks in. It happens. It's the end of the semester. My topic areas, otherwise known as my genres. And so I can, there's a little more flexibility, I think. I did an erotic horror, and then I did a super sweet Christmas, and now I'm going to do another erotic horror, and then I'll probably do another, romance. So I get to go back and forth. There's a lot more flexibility. They don't want me to stay in one spot. I get to wander around. And I did a nonfiction book, also, The Binge Watcher's Guide to the TV Show Riverdale. And that
I love Riverdale.
Do you?
Girl, and when what's his name passed away?
Oh,
Luke Perry.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, sweet Jesus.
Yeah, that was sad.
That was sad, but that was his show, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Because I was like, I just used to love him. So anything he was on, I was on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
From 90210 until whatever, I was on it.
Yeah.
So what do you prefer to write in? Like, I know you're all over the place a little bit, and which is good, because as long as you're good in everything you do, that's what's up. But what's your passion? Like, which genre are you like, what? If I couldn't write anything else, this is what I want.
Well, I do horror is one of my favorites because I feel like for me, I'm able to use a combination of my skills, and I've just always liked horror because it can, you can mix in different elements with it.
How hard is that to write, though? I would think the horror would be like so hard to write.
For me, well, erotic romance, you're always taking your characters to the extreme. So with horror, it's the same thing. So I like to think about what's the most over-the-top thing I could do here, and just really take it to the next level.
Would it be horror, just horror period, or would it be horror with the romance, element to it as well, or?
The series that I have now is erotic horror, so there is a lot of like sexuality in it.
Wait, I'm sorry. You said erotic horror.
Yeah.
I thought you said erotic whore.
We can do that too.
I was like, oh, I gotta read that book.
Yeah, we can do that.
I didn't see that book in her catalog. I didn't get that book. Okay, erotic.
Yeah. Okay, see, now I'm like plotting that out.
Hey, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Listen. I love that. Okay.
It'll be in the acknowledgement.
I appreciate that, girl. You know what I'm saying? Look, send me a little book. Just sign me a little book. I'm good with that.
Yes. Erotic horror.
Horror.
Yes.
Okay, Shay, get your
With
mind
zombies.
right.
So it's kind of an urban fantasy element to it.
Okay.
And it's a tribe of zombies, and they use sex. So instead of eating people, they have sex with people. So I guess they are kind of whores.
And you still eating people.
Yeah, that's right. So as long as they get enough like sexual energy, then they don't have to actually.
Yo, go give me that book. Really, I need that book tonight. That's gonna be my book tonight. Okay, y'all remember that. That's gonna be hot. Yo, in a movie that'll be awesome.
I know. Mm-hmm. Yes,
Yeah.
make it happen, world.
Somebody need to make that happen. That'll be hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta get on
Graphic
that.
novel. Yeah.
Graphic.
I'm on book 3 right now, so it'll be out in the fall.
That's hot. Okay, the one that's gonna be out in the fall. So the last one that just came out. What's the name of the one? Your previous book?
Well, The Servant of the Undead is the first book. Mistress of the Undead is the second.
It was like 2019 was the last time they came out, right? Did I miss it?
No, that sounds right. Yeah.
By 2019. Okay.
Because after I wrote that one, I wrote the Christmas one, and then I did the Binge Watcher's Guide.
Yeah, girl, that was funny. I seen that. That one I kind of skimmed through. I was like, oh, this is neat. You know?
It was different kind of writing. So, like I said, I do like to mix it up, and we're doing the nonfiction gave me a chance to use both my creative writing background, but also my academic background.
Yeah.
So I kind of merged the two of them together.
I love it. I was so upset. I wasn't upset though. I was fake upset. It's like my little nephew was like, Auntie, I'm fake upset. I said, then you better be. What's wrong? And so because I got my list of who I was interviewing, so I was just trying to go through, and I got stuck on. I'm like, oh my God! So I wish I had time to really completely read.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
But no, it's good now because that's why I love being here, because you get to meet new authors.
Mm-hmm.
And people you don't even know about. And so
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, Isabel, okay, she's doing this.
Yeah, like I said, I've just been around I was thinking about, I watched, of course, some of your earlier episodes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And there, a lot of times you ask people about, how did you get started? And when I first got started, it was so long ago that you had to print the pages and put them in an envelope and mail them to the publisher.
Oh, yeah, started a long time ago.
And include the self-addressed stamp envelope, and put all the stamps on there and take it to the post office. And
then I heard though, once you submitted to one publishing company, you had to wait. You couldn't just submit them out to everybody at one time.
I may not have followed that rule.
Yeah, okay, cool, no problem.
Don't tell them.
I would have cheated too. I'm sorry, girl. I'm like, oh,
because it could take a year.
Girl, I would have sent them bitches out in different pen names. I don't care.
The ink would have worn off on the paper.
Listen, that's what I'm talking about. That is absolutely ape shit when I heard that. Like, who the fuck does that? I love it. So, Isabel, in being a novelist, what did you learn a little too late?
To follow my own intuition and respect my own path, and that really not everybody they're not gonna take the same path, and everybody's as good, but I should have trusted myself sooner.
Right.
Yeah, that's how I got to writing the zombie stuff, which is something kind of to follow up on a question you asked me a while ago. What is it that I guess I wouldn't say I'm most passionate about, but what feels most natural to me is to write unusual stories that are things that people would tell me not to write. So it's definitely someone told me, don't write zombies, it's a femdom. The main zombie is a woman. She takes this man captive and uses him as a sex slave. So it's a role reversal. And
Yes.
people said no one would want to read that. And I said, well, that's silly.
Right. And The Walking Dead came out. You was like, fuck.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
girl, please. I'm glad you know. Sometimes I think some people's it's like their insecurities. They kind of bestow that on you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm like, no, just because you don't want to do it or whatever. Because man, listen, there's a group for every genre, for everything, and you found yours. So that's a good thing.
It is a good thing, and I appreciate it a lot. And I have a lot of readers who will read
girl.
whatever, and they're fine with it, and they're always curious to, whatever's going to come out next. And of course, there's some that only read the horror, and some that only read the sweet romance, and that's okay too.
Yeah, that's
There's
okay.
stuff for everybody.
As long as they're reading it, that's what's up.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that. Now, okay, what would you tell your 15-year-old self?
Gosh, I think it would be a version of the same thing. To don't necessarily do what you think you're supposed to do, and just follow your own intuition. I think that would be it. But also, I think I would tell myself, save some of those vintage style punk rock clothes, because I could sell them now.
What? Okay. Let me tell you, my grandma used
Yes.
to tell me that. She was like, girl, everything is coming back in style.
Yes.
Everything
yes.
is coming back
And I
in
would have
line.
saved the flyers from all the shows that I went to, and I would have saved all that stuff in a box, because now I could sell it.
You are absolutely
There we
right.
go.
I
That's my
love
advice
it.
to my 15-year-old.
I'm telling you that. Isabel. So Isabella Drake is your pen name.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how did you come up with your pen name? And why didn't you use your real name?
Well, at the time that I was, the first erotic romance that I published it with this really small press, and I didn't tell anyone at all that I was publishing it. And I just wanted to, enjoy the process and not talk to a lot of people about it, because sometimes in the publishing world, when you start to talk about what you're doing, then they start to evaluate it, like you said, with the insecurities, and they start to weigh in and tell you what to do. And I really didn't want that, because I had been trying to publish, like I said, I was a Golden Heart finalist, and so I was trying to publish sweet romance and kind of like a steamy romance. And then after I was a Golden Heart finalist and that didn't sell, I went home and wrote this super steamy thing, and it didn't sell for a while, but eventually it did. So I decided to use the pen name so that I could just enjoy the publishing process, like I said. And also my kids were younger, and we live in a small town, super small town.
Okay,
So I thought, let's just not do that. So I went to the list of the top 10 most popular baby names.
Oh.
And I just picked one of those.
That's crazy, because that's what I think when we was talking about it off air, and I was like, you say it's not Isabella, it's Isabel. I'm like, oh, that's old school. That's that's what we grew up with, the Isabels.
Yeah.
And those was awesome.
And then for the last name, I just thought it's easy to spell. It's at the front of the alphabet. So if they arrange us alphabetically for a signing, I'll be closer to the door, so I'm easy to find, and it's easy to remember.
And you look like an Isabella Drake.
All right, well,
you walked
that's
up in
good.
here, I was like, oh shit, she's
That's her.
fancy, huh? That is how I absolutely love it. Now, Isabel, if you could have tea with one fictional character of yours, who would it be? Because, girl, you got some characters in your books, honey.
Yeah. I think I would have to pick Maddie, the zombie, that is the main character in my zombie books, because I'm working on book 3, and maybe she could give me some insight about what to do.
What to do?
What is it that you're going to do next? That's the next terrible thing, and I'll just write that.
It's just right there.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that. All right, dead or alive, if you were hosting a dinner party and could invite 5 people from any era,
Ooh.
who would it be?
Oh, gosh. Let's see.
Alive people. Maddie can't come. We don't want Maddie.
Okay. So I have to go with all people that are still alive?
No. I mean, no. When I said alive, I meant real people. No zombie. Yeah, dead or alive, cool. But nobody who was dead came back to life.
Okay.
Isabel.
All right.
Wow. That could go left quickly over there. We don't want that.
Okay. Let's see. Johnny Cash.
Oh, girl.
Yeah.
I love him, Mr. Lyco.
And Marilyn Monroe.
I love it. You know, which is because we don't know a lot about Marilyn Monroe.
That's true.
It's everything what other people has written or whatever. But I was just like, besides that birthday song, and I think I've seen an interview of her maybe once or twice. I don't know that much.
No, you really don't.
Y'all know nothing about her.
I think
so. That would be hot.
I think that may have been part of her success in that people could just project whatever they thought that she was onto her image, and it didn't work out very well in the end.
Yeah,
no, it's not good.
No, that's sad.
Yeah.
Now I'm sad. Okay, it's all right now. All right, so Johnny Cash, Marilyn Monroe.
Okay, wow, this is tough. Oh.
We gotta keep Isabel together, y'all, because she want to bring the zombies to us. No.
Oh, trying to think of a sports person. Guess that,
you like
we've got two, a musician, an actor. I need a sports person.
Do you like sports?
Yeah.
What's your favorite sport?
Well, I do watch football.
Okay.
I guess I'm a Lions fan. I could go with Matt Stafford, but can I mix the live people and dead people?
Yeah, it's dead, dead or alive.
Okay,
just
all right,
no
then,
zombies.
Okay, I'm inviting Matt Stafford.
Matt Stafford is good. Yeah.
He probably has some good stories to tell.
Yes. This is a good table so far.
Can I invite my sister?
Of course.
All right, so my sister's coming.
Yes, invite your sister. She probably pissed off. You invited Matt Stafford
right.
and then invite her.
Okay, I'll invite my sister and then my friend Megan. So.
See, that's a nice dinner table. That's a nice dinner table right there. I'm with all of it. See?
All right.
That's hot. You know what? This has been wonderful. You are awesome. I'm gonna ask you about 2 more questions though, because I know we gotta get ready to go. The publishing aspect of it. Was it hard for you to get published, right?
In the beginning, I would say yes.
How long did it take?
Probably 7 years. The first things that I wrote, I started writing.
She said 7 years.
7 years, yeah. Yeah. Well, I started off writing confession stories.
Okay.
Like true confessions. And I probably, that's for the younger set that has no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're right. Explain that. Because I was just thinking, I'm like, I know it. Okay.
True confessions, they were magazines, which are things made out of paper, and they bind them. And so true confessions were meant to be scandalous stories where people would confess some terrible thing that they did. And they were really popular in like laundromats, the kind of thing that people would read secretly. So true confessions, and so when I would send them in, of course they would take my name off it because it was so scandalous that no one should admit to that. So they were all published anonymously.
I love her.
And they would always change all the names in the story, including I had a cat in one, and they changed the cat's name too. So after I did those for a while, then I tried to write some Sweet Valley Twins.
Oh.
And I got pretty close, but in the end did not. And then I wrote some romances, and this was back before indie publishing, like I said, sheets of paper in the mail. So I wrote, tried to do some Harlequins, and I tried this other one, this library line of romances that I cannot remember. It was so long ago. So I floated around, and that's why I was saying, I think if I'd listened to my own intuition and wrote what naturally came out of me,
right,
it probably wouldn't have taken as long. And so yeah, it took about 7 years. And then I was published with a super small digital first press, and they were great. And they were around for a while, and then they eventually faded away and just hopped around to different small presses. And
now you're good.
Yeah.
All right. That makes absolutely sense. So before we ask our last question, I want you to tell everybody where they can get in contact with you, with social media handles and all that other good stuff.
Okay.
Everything Isabella Drake. I love that name.
Yes, it's super easy to find on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. I'm Isa Drake on Snapchat and Isa Drake on TikTok.
Isa Drake.
Isa Drake, yes. I know. Some of the hashtags do get a little mixed up, but I am Isa Drake, So yeah, all of the social media, it's all just Isabel Drake or IsabelDrake.com, Amazon page, Isabel Drake, Goodreads, Isabel Drake, yeah, BookBub,
Isabel Drake. Okay, yeah. I love it. So y'all go pick up everything Isabel Drake. Isabel, if you were writing a book about your life, what would the title be?
I guess Don't Wait. That's it. Don't wait.
Don't wait.
Don't wait.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And I'm looking forward to the book that's coming out. Was it next year or later on in the fall?
In the fall. Disciple of the Undead.
Okay, Disciple of the Undead. Yeah, we got to come back on the Brown Book series, and so we can talk all about that.
Okay.
Absolutely love it. You're doing the book signing tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm, that's right.
So if you're in the Chicago area, make sure you come by. Isabel will be doing her book signing tomorrow. So all you horror fans and
I'll have erotic romance too,
Yeah.
and my binge watcher's guide to Riverdale.
all that good stuff will be here on tomorrow. So come on by and check her out. Thank you again, Miss Isabella
Thank
Drake.
you.
You are awesome. All right, you guys, coming up, we have Miss Holly Smurthright. I hope I didn't say her name. Listen, Holly, you know I love you, girl. So, but she gonna get me straight when she get here. So, we'll be back. Me and Isabel gonna hang out for a minute, and we'll be right back with Miss Holly Smurthright. I said I'd be fucking up the names, Jesus.